You know, holding the World Championships in Hungary is almost like the cubes come home. The inventor was a Hungarian, the first World Championships were in Hungary. I've put a lot of work in this time. I've practiced for 4 hours a day. Been practicing for the past 3 months. I've learned a lot of new stuff which I'm hoping to put into practice. UK record. But there was always an element of it's on the day. The top place is always decided by fractions of a second.
Budapest, the spiritual home of the Rubik's Cube, where the fastest speedcubers on the planet have gathered to do battle.
I hold the world record for the Rubik's Cube, 9.86 seconds. With a bit of luck, I can beat it. 6, 7, 8 seconds.
Milan Batic. I'm 17 and yes, this tournament is very important to me. I'd like to win, but I'm not sure if it will happen.
I hold 11 different world records and 1 European record. I practice everything and I practice a lot. And maybe I have some general cubing talent.
It's definitely a male-dominated activity, but I don't know. I just found cubing as interesting as shopping when I was younger, so you know, I take my cube shopping. It's really fun when you get this thing that has so many combinations and it's so scrambled, and it's quite relaxing to then make order out of just all the random colours.
Mr. Rubik, what have you got against the same?
The cubers limber up before the games begin. Local prodigy Macias Kuti sets his stall out with a world record time in warm-up. He's 14. Players can bring their own cubes, and making sure they're well-oiled is crucial, while officials scramble the cubes. Cubers have 15 seconds to inspect the cube before they start. Their scores are based on an average of 5 solves. Only 16 of the 300 competitors go through to the grand final. Dan Harris gets off to a dream start with a new personal best. But his rivals are just milliseconds behind him. And Dan's average is dragged down by his later solves. The UK champion fails to make the cut.
In cubing we have something called look ahead, and look ahead's vital to have if you're going to set really fast times. And just up on stage, whether it was nerves or just an on-the-day event, but my look ahead just wasn't there.
Jasmine Lee's tournament is also over early.
I'm a little bit disappointed. For the next Worlds, I would like to really slash my times by quite a lot. I really would. I keep saying that every competition next time, but I think next time.
Before the final for the classic cube, that's 3 blocks wide by 3 blocks high, there are several other mind-boggling events. The 4x4, the 5x5, the one-handed version, as demonstrated by new world record holder Ryan Patricio. It took him 19.18 seconds. They even do it with their feet. Another world record holder here. He can do it sub 50 seconds. The ultimate challenge for hardcore cubers is solving the puzzle blindfolded. With just 15 seconds to examine the configuration of the cube, they then solve it entirely from memory. Such is the concentration needed that total silence is demanded. The cuber has no idea if he's succeeded until the blindfold comes off. Hungarian prodigy Macias Kuti cleaned up with 5 trophies and set an incredible new world record, solving 15 randomly scrambled cubes in a row, blindfolded. That's a mind-bending number of moves to remember, given the possible configurations of just a single cube.
If I'm not mistaken, 43 quintillion different, including the one correct solved one. You just have to memorize the algorithms, the movements, how to solve it, and not more.
The showpiece final, 3x3.
Hölgyeim és uraim, mindenki, a pultnál kezdődhet a verseny. 3, 2, 1, rajt! Thibaut, start.
World record holder Thibaut Jacquinot seems distracted, posting times several seconds off his best. Local favourite Milan Batic is also struggling. Meanwhile, Japanese cuber Yu Nakajima is looking confident. As is American Andrew Kang. The tension mounts as the players wait for the final averages to be calculated. It's disappointment for the American Kang as the Japanese cuber just edges it with an average of 12.46 seconds. The new Rubik's Cube World Champion. But there is one last surprise for the UK's Dan Harris.
The fastest competitor in the competition is the UK champion, Dan Harris.
His semi-final time of 10.59 wins him the award for the fastest time of the tournament and €1,000.
Yeah, it's really good. It's a really good feeling. Something to take away at least. I've probably already spent the money, but yeah, it's a nice thing. But I think for me, just the fact that now everybody knows that I set the fastest time of Worlds 2007, that's enough for me. Better than any check. There it is. A lovely piece of porcelain.